My name is Jennifer. We have 60 minutes to take a journey into power together. The physical focus of today's class is centerline. So everybody has at least one block, 2 blocks, that's great. We're gonna be using, good Jimmy, we're gonna be using the block to create centerline. So as we take poses where we raise our arms up over our head and our legs are apart like Warrior One, we'll be using the block in between our hands for centerline. And in poses like Thunderbolt and what have you, we'll be using it between our thighs to create centerline. And that is the physical focus, because the spiritual focus is taken from Melody Beattie's Journey to the Heart. But today, which is November 14th, correct? Yes, November 14th. Here we go. I can't make this up. And this is why we're doing centerline, because the theme for today's practice from the Journey to the Heart is titled, Find Your Center. It's like, oh, well, clearly the physical focus just got handed to me. So set yourself up to receive a few sentences about today's spiritual focus. My life has changed so much, the man at Britton Bush told me. I go with the flow now, try to be in the moment, be spontaneous. I'm a foreman, and even at work, life goes much more smoothly. A year ago, I didn't know what it meant to be centered. Now I do, and I work at staying that way. He looked around the camp, a nature retreat in the heart of the Willamette National Forest in Oregon, and I know how to get there too. For many years, I didn't understand what it meant to be centered either. If I was that way for a while, it was more accidental than deliberate. It takes time, practice, and mostly desire and commitment to make staying centered a way of life, but the time it takes is worth it. Learn what it feels like to be centered, to be balanced. Learn what it feels like to be off-center. Learn to tell the difference. Then learn to come back to center as quickly as possible. And with that, let's get started in child's pose. Take child's pose with your block between your hands towards the top of your mat. And this may make your hands a little bit narrower than they usually are. That's okay. Use the block between your hands to experience your center line. Squeeze your hands into the block. And then begin your centering, your grounding, your audible ujjayi breathing in your nose. And breathing out your nose. Downward facing dog. Keep the block between your hands and maybe the crook of your thumb and index finger as you come into downward facing dog. You might change the width of the block to the wide setting and press into the block to remind yourself of center line. Take a breath in. Let that breath go. And then walk your feet to your hands and place the block in between your feet, any width, because the goal is center line here. Squeeze your big toe bones into the block. The arches of your feet, press them into the edges of the block. Whatever part of your foot is touching the block, squeeze it into center. Clasp opposite elbows, sway back and forth, forward fold. Good. Breathing in your nose. Breathing out your nose. Do that again, breathe in. Breathe out. Take the block in your hands, extended mountain, reach up towards the ceiling with the block in between your hands. And then hands to heart center, block to heart center. Press into your center line, squeeze the brick. We'll open the centering practice, the center line practice with the sound of 3 ohms. extended mountain, reach up, press the block to center, forward fold. Place the block between your thighs and squeeze it into center line. Halfway lift here, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Again, halfway lift, breathe in. Hands on your mat, squeeze the block between your thighs. High push up. Step, hop, walk your way back. Low push up, squeeze the block. Good. Upward facing dog. Continue to squeeze into center line, squeeze the block. Downward facing dog. Squeeze the block between your thighs. Take a breath in. Continue to squeeze the block like you love it, like you hate it, like it's everything you've got right here, your center. Squeeze. Everybody breathe in. Everybody breathe out. Look at your thumbs. Squeeze that block and jump to your thumbs. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Squeeze the block, reach up. Extended mountain. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift. Squeeze that block. Inhale. High push up to low push up. Squeezing the block. So good, Danielle. Yes, Jules. Upward facing dog. Good, Jimmy. Downward facing dog. So good. Yes, Jessica. Everyone. So good. Take a breath in. Release that air. Squeeze that block. Breathe in. Squeeze it, breathe out. Look forward, trust, squeeze and jump. So good. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain, squeeze the block. Good, Morgan. Forward fold, let it go. Halfway lift. Good, Lee. High to low. Good, Will. Yeah, high to low. Upward facing dog. Yes, Liz. Downward facing dog. Keep squeezing that block. So good, EB. Take a breath in. Let that breath go. Bend your knees. Look at your thumbs. Squeeze that block and jump. Wiggle, hop. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Thunderbolt, chair pose. Squeeze into your center line and sit deep. Good. Take another breath in. Squeeze the block harder. Really focusing on centering, squeezing, spine line. One more breath. So good, Coco. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift. Vinyasa, high to low. So good. Upward facing dog, squeeze. Downward facing dog. Tricky transition. Grab the block with one hand, warrior one right side. Take the block in between your hands as you rise up into warrior one, squeezing the block between your hands. Look up at the block, take a breath. Stay here, breathe out. Another inhale. So good, Becky. High push up, low push up. You can leave the block at the top of your mat. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, left foot forward, step forward, take the block in your hands, squeeze it, press it up to the ceiling. Stay here for an extra breath. Breathe in. Breathe out, high to low you go. Vinyasa, high push up, low push up dog. So good, Jules. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees, and now you're free. Jump to your thumbs, jump to your block. Good, Lee. Halfway lift. Forward fold, put it between your thighs and squeeze it, chair pose. Squeeze, squeeze. One more big old breath. Fold, let it go. Halfway lift. Yeah, let the block go, high to low, or you can keep it. You'll grab it in warrior one, high to low, up dog. Good, Danielle. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right side. Take the block in between your hands. Press it to the ceiling. Vinyasa, high to low. Squeeze that block and travel, high to low. A momentary centering, squeezing the block. Grab it. Warrior one, left side. Press it between your palms. Vinyasa, right back down. So good, EB. I love it. High push up, low push up, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Bend your knees and travel to the block. Get centered. Halfway lift. Forward fold, chair, thunderbolt, centering with the block squeezing into your spine line. Imagine you got a block between your hands too. Spread your fingers wide. It can be between your hands or your thighs. You're squeezing into your spine line. So good, Morgan. Yes. Everybody, one more breath. Vinyasa, high to low. Heck yes. Upward facing dog. Squeeze into center even if the block is not there. Up dog, down dog. Warrior one, right side. Step forward, take the block in hand. Press up to the ceiling. Look up, see your center line represented by the block, and then you flow. Up dog, down dog. Warrior one, left foot forward. Take the block in your hands. Press and lift. Vinyasa flow. Up dog, down dog. One more sun salutation B. Bend your knees, look at your thumbs, look at the block, jump to your, yes, halfway lift, fold forward. Thunderbolt with the block, center line, squeeze. Squeeze and sit deep. Another inhale, fold, let it go. Halfway lift, vinyasa. You can keep the block if you want. Center line is the focus. How you achieve it is up to you. It can be through your mind's eye or through the block. Lift your right leg. Ooh, yeah, I jumped the gun. It's okay. Lift your right leg. Press your heel towards the back wall. Goodly. Flex your foot. Yes. Now bend your knee and stack your hips. Put the spotlight of your attention on your center line and stay or flip your dog. Yeah, feel your spine line. Press your spine line up to the ceiling. So good, everybody. Side plank, right hand down. Yeah, spine line, lengthen from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. Yes, so good. Downward facing dog. Heck yes. Left leg. Lift your left leg. Flex your left foot. So good, everybody. Now bend your knees, stack your hips. Stay or flip your dog. Press your spine, yeah, through your breastbone up to the ceiling. Yeah, side plank, left hand down. Feel your center line, feel your spine line, your body's physical and energetic emotional center. Good work. Downward facing dog, good work. Heck yes, good work. Right foot forward, crescent lunge. Take the block in hand to create center line. Take the block in hand, yeah, for center line. Good. 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 Press your hands into the block. Give it a little more squeeze than just holding it. Hands to heart center, brick to heart center. Keep the block in between your hands, and I know you may want to do something different at this point. Keep the block in between your hands, squeeze it, twist to the right. You can stay lifted, you can lower down. If you want the elbow to knee action, press into the block, everyone, for 3. 1, 2, wonderful breath in here, by the way. 3, warrior 2, keep the block in between your hands. What? Yeah, squeeze into your center line, squeeze into your spine line with the block in between your hands. Bend more into your right knee. Squeeze that block. Squeeze that block. Keep squeezing the block. Reverse your warrior with your hands on the block, squeezing it. Good work. Extended side angle. You can use the block as a prop here, or you can extend both of your arms. Yes, Jimmy, extend both of your arms with the block in between your hands. Woo, towards the front of the room. Yeah, so good, Coco. Yes, Morgan. Yes, squeeze that block. Everybody. For 3. 1. Heck yes. 2. 3. High push-up, low push-up. Good work, Jessica. Yes, Lisa. I can't see you, but I know that you're pressing into your center line. Up dog, down dog. Everybody meets in down dog. Crescent lunge, left foot forward. Take the block. guess what? Squeeze it. Squeeze it in between your hands. Action. Yeah, you want to lift it, lift it. You want to keep it at chest height, keep it at chest height. Put the spotlight of your attention, so good, Evie, on your spine line. Yes. You can take the block to heart center, twist to the left. Yeah, keep squeezing that block. Keep squeezing that block. 1, 2, 3. Warrior 2, keep squeezing the block. Keep squeezing the block. Center line, warrior 2. Yeah, align the block with your spine line, with your breastbone in line with your spine bone. Press your left knee more towards your left pinky toe as you squeeze that block. Heck yes. Reverse your warrior. Keep squeezing the block. Oh, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Extended side angle. Yeah, so good, Becky. Yeah, if you want to keep it between your hands and press the block towards the front of the room as you squeeze it, good work, Will. Everybody, we're here for 3. 1, good work, Jessica, I see that. 2, yes, Evie. 3, vinyasa. Spotlight of attention is still on your spine line, on your center. Good, Danielle. Up dog, down dog. Bend your knees and jump to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. So good, Jimmy. Forward fold. And then you choose. Do you want the thigh squeeze spine line, or do you want the hand squeeze spine line for Thunderbolt? You choose. Good. Spread your 10 fingers like you've got a block between your hands. So good, Lee. Yeah, squeeze the block that you've got. Squeeze the imaginary block that you don't got between your hands. Heck yes. Hands to heart center. Press your hands into one another. Twist to the right. Connect or don't. It's your choice. Squeeze and press. 1, 2, 3. Thunderbolt chair pose. Woo. Hands to heart center. Press into one another. Twist to the left. 1, 2, 3. Thunderbolt chair pose. Let it go, forward fold. Yes, keep squeezing that block. Let your head drop, let your head be heavy. Oh yes, yes. Grab your big toes with your first 2 fingers and squeeze into your center line. Press your everything into your center line. Heck yes. Slide your hands underneath your feet, stand on your hands, all the way squeeze into center and drop your head. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. Take 1 step backwards as you squeeze the block. Woo-hoo. Yes. Take 1 step forward. Yes, yes. And then you choose with the block between your thighs. You can take forearm plank. You can take the block between your hands for Malasana yogic squat. Or you could take the block between your feet for crow pose. Center line in each of these options. Good, Coco. Center line. So good. Everybody's got a different flavor of center line. For 5, 1. Squeeze and press into center. 2, 3, 4, 5. Vinyasa. High to low. Up dog, down dog. Good work. Bend your knees, travel to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, fold forward. Extended mountain, take the block in hand. And then put the block between your thighs. And dancer pose, right side. Dancer pose, right side, while you're squeezing the block. So the goal is center line more so than spaciousness. Yeah. Dancer pose. You'll reach down and grab the inside of your right foot with your right hand, or simply lift your right foot towards the ceiling, back behind you. Squeeze that block for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. Switch. Keep squeezing the block. Grab your opposite foot or lift your left toes just towards the ceiling and focus on your center line more than expansion. Get tall, squeeze in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to stand. Okay, for standing leg raise, we're going to switch it up a little bit. You're going to take the block in hand, and you'll press the block in your hand to your inner thigh. Whichever leg you're lifting, you're going to press the block into your inner thigh, so your block is between your hand and your knee. This is our standing leg raise. You're going to create center line by pressing your hand into your block and your leg into your block. So your standing leg raise is going to be to center, Jimmy. It's not going to be open. Standing leg raise to center. So take your left hand and place it on the block and press your right knee into the block. Yes, sir. Yes. Good work, everybody, for 5. 1. Squeeze and press. 2. Heck yes. 3, 4, 5. Release. Switch sides. Create center line. Hand to block. Block to knee. Flex your lifted foot. Yeah, so good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Both feet on the floor. Let's see here. Block between your hands. Tree pose. Take your foot to your ankle or your calf, wherever you want to place it. Center line is the key, not the height of your foot. That's not the goal. Center line. Equal pressure. Hand into block, block into hand, foot into leg, leg into foot. If you'd like, yes, we'll lift your hands up above your head, press your hands into your block. So good, Liz. Yes. Yes. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one. So good, leg. Switch. Switch your foot into your leg into your foot. Reconnect to your center line. But like foot, hands into the block, lift the block to the ceiling, press the block up towards the ceiling, press. 3 more breaths. Good, Morgan. I know. 1 more big breath. Release. Both feet to the earth. Keep the block in your hand, shake it around, let it go, right? Lose your center line for just a moment. Extended mountain, press and lift. Fold forward, let it go. Halfway lift, inhale. Vinyasa, high to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot forward, triangle. And here, create the center line by stacking your left shoulder up and over your right shoulder. Right fingertips to the block. Good. Reach your left hand straight up towards the ceiling. And press your left shoulder blade onto your back body. Good. Put your attention on your spine and pull your bottom ribs in towards your spine and lengthen your head. Lengthen your head away from your tailbone. Good. 2 more breaths. yes. One more breath. Rise up to standing, long spine. Point your toes to the left side of your mat. Long spine. Hinge at your hips and drop your head. Long spine, heavy head. Now reconnect to your center. Your head is in the center of your feet. All right, in between your feet. Good, Liz. Breathing in and breathing out. Pyramid pose. Take the block in between your hands and point your right toes towards the front edge of your mat. Take your left foot wide. So take your left foot wide, Liz. Yes, wide. Yes, so good. Block in your hands, fold forward. Yeah, squeeze the block. And maybe you touch one of the corners of the block to the earth. Right? Maybe you want to hover it. Spotlight of attention's on your center line. And your head is heavy. Keep your mind's eye on your spine. Twisting triangle. Envision your energetic center, your physical center, your spine that connects all of you to the center of you. 3 more breaths. Breathing in. Good work, Jimmy. Breathing out. In, out. Last one in. Vinyasa. Up dog. Down dog. Left foot forward triangle. Put your attention on your spine. Shoulder blades to your back body. Bottom ribs pull into your spine and you lengthen. Lengthen your head away from your tailbone. So good. Rise up to standing. Side facing, wide-legged forward fold. Second round. Mind's eye on your spine. Mind's eye on your spine. Good. Good, Lisa. Yeah, heavy head, everyone. A heavy head. Pyramid pose. Left toes forward. Yeah, use the block as your center line point, your physicalness, the block between your hands. Fold. Breathe. Good work, y'all. Good work. 2 more huge breaths. Oh, yes. Another one. Twisting triangle. Mind's eye on your spine. Twist. One more breath. Flow. From your center, flow. High push-up, low push-up, high push-up, low push-up, high push-up, low push-up, lower all the way down. And take the block in between your hands out in front of you. And take locust pose with the block out in front of you for 5. Lift the block, lift your hands, your feet. 1, 2, squeeze that block. 3, 4, 5, lower all the way down. I know. It's just tonight. Second round, locust pose with the block, squeezing into center line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower all the way down. If you take full floor bow, even if you don't, put the block in between your thighs and come back and get prepared for floor bow. I know, with the block between your thighs. Pretend it's fun. Pretend it's fun, y'all, because it is. It could be a lot worse. Take floor bow, full or half, squeeze the block between your thighs. Yeah, squeeze that block and rise up. Squeeze it. Squeeze into center. It's different, right? 1, 2, squeeze that block. 3, 4, 5, let it go. I know, it's different. Yeah, that's your center line, y'all. That's your center line. Okay, second round, floor bow. Squeeze the block between your thighs and rise up. Squeeze it and kick towards the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let it go. Heck yes. Keep the block between your thighs. Extend your legs out long. Hands on your mat so your thumbs are by your bottom ribs. Squeeze the block between your thighs. Upward facing dog. Lift the block up off the floor. Yes. Thighs up, knees up, feet down, feet down, feet down. Yeah. Hands down. Straighten your arms. Yes. Squeeze the block. Yes. 3. 1, 2, 3. Downward facing dog. Let it go. Squeeze the block, but let your breath go. Keep the block. Come down to your knees and take camel with the block between your thighs. If you have a second one, you want to put it between your hands, do that. Spine line, center line. Lift your chest up. Lift your chest up and squeeze the block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come out of camel, sit down. And if you don't like the width that you've chosen, switch it up. Maybe if you've never taken the block super wide with your knees super wide in camel, try it on. Center line, spine line. Second round, pretend it's fun. And you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come out of camel, sit down and rest. Sit down and rest, let it go. And then make your way over onto your back with the block between your thighs for bridge. Center line. And there's 3 different widths. Give it a whirl. Bridge number 1, squeeze the block, press your hips up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the block, press your hips up towards the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower all the way down. And we have 6 more opportunities for squeezing the block into center line, whether it be bridge, whether it be wheel or half and half. If you lift a leg and wheel, keep squeezing the block between your thighs. Rise up. Number 1 of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good work, Danielle. Stay up or come down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 3, good work, Jimmy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Heck yes, Lee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So good, Liz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one, y'all. Do your thing. Squeeze your block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower all the way down. Recline butterfly pose. Create center line by pressing your feet together. Happy baby. Put your mind's eye on your spine line and your happy baby and press your spine down towards the earth. The earth. Good work. Heck yes. Take the block and place it between your ankles. Squeeze the block and press your feet up towards the ceiling. I know. Squeeze the block and press your feet up towards the ceiling. Pull your belly button to your spine line and reach your fingers towards your toes. Good, Will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep squeezing the block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squeeze the block harder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squeeze your knees into your chest. Put your hands under your tailbone. Keep squeezing the block. 30, 60 legs with the block, 4 rounds. I promise nobody's going to die. Lower your legs 30, lower your legs 30 degrees, center line. 60 degrees, center line. Squeeze the block and look at the block. I know you love the block by now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Head down, legs up. That's 1. Lower down 30. 60. Hover your feet. Look at the block between your feet. Send it some magical love. Say, I love you, block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Head down, legs up. Halfway there. Lower down 30. 60. Hover your feet. Look at your feet. Look at the block. So good, Morgan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last one. Lower down 30. 60. Hover your feet, look at the block, squeeze that block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squeeze your knees into your chest. Yes, yes. Center line with yogi bicycles. Turn your ears on. This is going to be different. We haven't done this one in a long time. Interlace your hands behind your head and put the block in between your knees. Okay, listen close. Block between your knees. Bring your right elbow up to the block and pinch the block between your right elbow and your left knee, or whichever one. Yeah, opposite. Pinch the block between your elbow and your knee, and then switch. You keep pinching the block in between center line. Yes, Danielle, it's been a long time. Keep the block and switch. Pinch the block between your elbow and your knee, and then extend the leg long. Yes. And then pinch the block between your elbow and your knee. Good, EB. And then switch. Yes, and I know, Liz, I know, just a few. Keep pressing the block between your elbow and your knee and extend the leg long. Good, Jessica, yes, and switch. Center line. 3 more. Center line. Pinch and kick, I know. Pinch and kick. Squeeze your knees into your chest, let it go. Let it go. Yes, let it go. Take a breath in. Let it go. Put the block in between your knees, high boat. 2 high boats, 2 low boats with the block between your knees. Squeeze the block. High boat number 1, 2, 3. Low boat. 1, 2, 3. High boat. 1, 2, 3. Low boat. 1, 2, 3. Let it go. Let it go. Center line, y'all. I know. Take your favorite half pigeon. It can be reclined or traditional. I ask that you put the spotlight of your attention onto your spine and take half pigeon, traditional or reclined. We are here for 45 seconds from right here. Put the spotlight of your attention on your spine. Lengthen your head away from your tailbone. So if you've come down into sleeping pigeon, crawl your torso forward. Good. If you're taking reclined pigeon, wiggle your head farther away from your shoulders. Good breath. Keep breathing. Oh yes, keep breathing. Switch sides. Attention to your spine. Spine. 45 seconds. And once you get settled, wriggle your head, your torso away from your hips. Good. Lengthen your head away from your tailbone. Good, Jimmy. Double pigeon or seated figure 4. If you take double pigeon, press the block in between your hands. If you take seated figure 4, put your spotlight of your attention on your spine line as you lift your chest towards the ceiling. Double pigeon, your shins are stacked like fire logs. Seated figure 4, it's kind of like reclined half pigeon. Good. Flex your feet a lot wherever you are. Good, Danielle. Good, Jules, yes. Take 5 more huge breaths from your spine. Yeah, imagine you could originate your breath from the center of your spine. The end of your 5th exhale, switch from your spine. Five breaths. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Frog pose. Everyone face the right-hand side of your mat and create frog. Fold up the edges of your mat, put them underneath your knees, flex your feet. Yeah, take your blocks along underneath your head or your pelvis. Half frog, I'll let you know when we're halfway there. Begin. Spotlight of attention on your spine, your center. Get comfy. Lengthen your spine. Breathing in, breathing out. Learn what it feels like to be centered, to be balanced. Learn what it feels like to be off-center. Learn to tell the difference. Then learn to come back to center as quickly as possible. Quiet, relaxed, half frog, switch sides. Feeling right about what you're doing. On track. In harmony. At peace, in balance. No turbulent emotions racing through you, no disorganized thoughts clamoring through your head. Your body feels aligned and you feel connected to it. What you do and say comes from your center. It feels right and honest. It feels like you. And you feel connected to yourself, your deepest self, your soul. Your heart is open, and so is your mind. Slowly make your way out of frog. You can choose to rest on your belly for a few moments, coming back to center. And then move yourself into seated single leg extension. Come to a seat, extend one leg along and create center line with the sole of one foot against the inner thigh of the other leg. Center line. goodwill. Fold forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seated forward fold, both legs out long or both legs up in the strap. Center line, spine line, fold forward. 1, 2, good, Liz. 3, 4, 5. Reverse tabletop from your spine, from your center. Reverse tabletop. Press up. Look at the back wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down. Fish pose from your center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exit fish pose and pick your inversion. Simple inversion, lie on your back, put a block under your tailbone, send your legs up to the ceiling. If you have any other inversion practice that you want to practice, go there. The center is the place from which we're seeking to live our lives. Find a way to get to that place and then go there often. Some helps include nature, listening to music, going for a walk, repeating a prayer, or forms of deep breathing or meditation, also known as yoga, y'all. It's hard to find a place we've never been to. Learn what it feels like to be centered. Know your center is in you, then go there often. If you're in shoulder stand and you want to take plow, take your feet over your head to the floor. And then from plow, if you would like to take ear pinning pose, bend your knees and bring them by your ears. And then slowly, from your spine, slowly come down out of your inversion. Remove the block or any props from underneath you. Stretch your whole body out. Fingers to toes, lengthen from your center line. Good. Hug one knee into your chest. Take a simple twist to one side, twisting your spine line gently, gently. Switch sides. Come back to center, take reclined butterfly pose and press your feet into your feet. And then move yourself into your final resting pose. Bringing the spotlight of your attention back to your centerline and letting your breath be natural and relaxed, just as your whole body is natural and relaxed. And I'll come around and I'll place a cool lavender towel on your forehead. If this is something you do not want, I see you. Take your hand to your belly. I honor that. Shavasana. Deepen your inhale. Lengthen your exhale. Wiggle your fingers. Wiggle your toes. And roll to your favorite side and pause. Press yourself up slowly to an easy seat. Take your hands, place them together at heart center, pressing all of your fingers into all of your other fingers. Sit tall. And we'll seal this class on the center, the spine line, with the sound of 3 ohms. Take your thumb knuckles to the center of your forehead. Lift your chin towards the heavens. And as you sit right here, invite in whatever it is you need to help you get closer to your center more frequently, more often, for longer, at all. And together we bow. Thank you, Lee, Coco, E.B., Morgan, Danielle, Will, Jules, Liz, Becky, Jessica, Lisa, and Jimmy. Thank you so much for taking this time for yourself to get closer to your center, to experience your spine line. Give yourself a hand for the good work you did. So good, y'all, so good.